We're in Kimmswick, where it's been here before, and once again, it's rising. Oh, you thought I was talking about the water? I'm talking about the community.
It's a beautiful day, don't you know? It's a beautiful day.
This is The Thread.
Kimmswick sits in a very unique location where they experience flooding on a regular basis. They're used to it. The levels now, the highest they've been since 1993. But while the high water level is impressive, it's not nearly as impressive as the way the community responds to it.
As we speak, we are a day away from the projected crest. We have about 3 more inches to go.
I've been here several years, and it's almost immediately everybody knows what their job is, what their position is, and then they all just come together and start working, and people start calling and wanting to know what they can do to help. Those who can't help sandbag and can't be here during the day, they cook. They go and buy paper products, supplies that we need to help serve our college students when they're here helping us out. In all families, people disagree. People don't see eye to eye on things on a day-to-day basis. But the minute the word river levels are coming up, that's all gone. That's all forgotten. They're once again just a big family.
You have small squabbles and drama. Every family has it, every town has it. But whenever there's a crisis, especially our floods, there is no drama, there is no squabbling, there's nothing here. It's everybody pitching in and saving because we all have to work together. What's hurting us right now is a river. It's not the people here. So why not pull together?
This levee is the fruit of this community's labor, giving them a sense of security and safety from the rising water. In a similar sense, there's an organization in St. Louis called Haven of Grace, and they provide a safe, secure place for young women who are pregnant with no place to go.
The Haven of Grace is an alternative housing solution for women who are homeless and pregnant and need a place to come and stabilize their lives so that they can deliver a healthy baby. Once the ladies come into the Haven of Grace, we have a case manager or a family care advocate on property. They also have a therapist to help them kind of deal with some of the trauma of being homeless and pregnant. And so when they come into the Haven, and I tell them, we know that you had a lot going on out there, but there's 2 things I want you to remember. What the definition of Haven is, which is a safe place, and what grace is. Grace is getting something that you didn't have to work for. And so just within a matter of days, we can see the transition starts. We see that they start to kind of feel a little bit calmer, that they start to realize that whatever was going on outside those doors is outside those doors now. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, they cook as a family, they sit down, they eat as a family. It's a community space where the young ladies are able to learn from one another.
They have that communal aspect, but there's also privacy.
And so their own room, as one of the residents said, with my own door.
Hello, my name is Erin. Welcome to my room. This is room number 3. This is where I stay. I have been staying here for about 3 weeks now. I have everything that I need. I have my dressers, I have my books, I have my closet where I can hang all my stuff.
They can stay here at the shelter for up to a year. And after that, we have independent living apartments just right across the walk, and they can go and stay there for 2 years. Once they move out of the independent living after those 2 years, we have the aftercare program, whereas we will work with and follow them for like the next 10 years. I forgot who it was that said, if you don't know where you're going, any old road will take you there. And so what we try and do is give them a good road with a destination in place. And I say all the time that every time a baby is born, that's God or the universe's way of saying, no matter what's going out there, the world should keep going.
I love that place. And I got to tell you, when you walk in there, there's just such an enormous, amazing sense of peace and serenity in the halls there. And I know that's got to be something those women just crave and enjoy. What a great place. This rising water here in Kimmswick's been anything but peaceful for the businesses here. Obviously, they've all been impacted. Maybe none of them as much as Smokey Robinson Smokehouse. Because of its location, fewer and fewer people are heading this way. They've seen a dramatic decrease in customers. But in spite of all of that, they've been giving back by becoming the hub to feed those who are building that levee.
It's been hard. It's always hard financially, but you have to give a little to get some. And if we didn't open up and provide a place for all of our people to be able to come from the community to feed everybody helping, what good would we do here? We first did it the first time. We had just bought the property and it flooded in December into January, so we opened up the house, and I think we served 3,000 meals out of here.
They provide us the patio to have to feed the college students every single meal every day without question.
We're kind of right in the corner of a lot of what the business end of what we're doing here, so it just makes sense for us to be able to do it, and we're glad to do that and give back to the community.
We talk about it all the time. Community happens around the table, and that's definitely taking place here at Robin's Place in Kimmswick during these difficult flood times. Hey, speaking of food and community and serving, remember we talked about Haven of Grace a little bit earlier? Well, there's one woman who was served by that organization who is now serving others through her brand new restaurant.
We started off making burgers, just kind of for friends and family, and then it kind of became a bigger thing, bigger event. So we started Burger 809 Catering Company. 809 comes from my birthday, which is August the 9th. Our menu grew so big, and so we were just not just Burger 809, but just everything tasty and savory Burger 809. So from the neighbors to the community embracing us, and then just kind of the Haven family, I've just been overwhelmed. The Haven has been in my life for close to 15 years. I actually had my daughter at the facility on Warren Street. I came there when I was about 6 months pregnant. I didn't have to worry about where I was going to stay at or what was coming next. I knew I had a place, a safe haven to go to. I stayed there for about 15 months and moved into my own apartment, and kind of just been part of their alumni program, and just kind of been a mentor to some of the young ladies who are currently there and who've recently moved on. It's kind of a little crazy that looking back at the table, being there with being homeless, and pregnant, and now being a business owner, college graduate. I just think it just kind of came around full circle, and it's only natural. There are other people that are, going through the struggle that I went through, and so, what better way to help? And that's why I offer the homework happy hours, where we just invite the youth to bring in a homework assignment, whether it's completed, brand new, or maybe a report card, and they'll get a free nacho or a burger when they come in. Letting people know that there is opportunity, there's support here, and they're going through something and they're not stuck in something. I think that's what my message is to everybody. I wasn't thinking about college before the Haven, but now I'm working on my MBA at Lindenwood University. I'm like, right, as I'm opening up this place, so kind of crazy, but I'm making it happen. They've been just more than a support system, but kind of like an extended family. We talk at least once a month, me and the staff. I actually just catered one of their Mom's Day Out event. I was a participant, years ago, and now I'm catering the events, and people are like, she used to stay here, and I'm like, yeah, so just, keep dreaming. And if you would have told me that, 2004, I probably wouldn't believe you. I probably would have thought you were crazy, but, here I am now.
Wow, what an amazing story. She was served by Haven of Grace, and look what she's doing. And she's giving back to Haven of Grace by mentoring others. Love that story. Lots going on here. Are you seeing the community tie, the thread? I'm seeing it.
Our first mission is bring glory to God. That's why we're here. We have a talent, just happens to be banking.
So M1 Bank is banking on a mission, fueled by the power of purpose.
It gets a point in your life where you got to live it every day, not just believe it.
I'm believing that this is going to catch on, and we're all going to thread up.
For us in our house, this is how we're going to serve the Lord and His purpose. And we're going to do it through the financial institution that happens to be called M1 Bank.
Hey Threadheads, welcome to Season 3. I hope you're enjoying the show. We're so thankful to be here each and every Saturday morning on Fox 2. But we want to let you know, this is not a Fox 2 show. This is a nonprofit, independent 501c3 show. And we need your support to keep it going. Please go to our website, thethreadstl.com, hit the donate button, and help support this mission. If you believe in what we're doing, please help us continue to thread up, y'all.
Do you know someone who is committed to changing lives in your community? Well, don't keep it a secret. Tell us about it. We're always looking for story ideas from all around the area, and you can help us find them. If you know of a neighbor or a good Samaritan devoting their time and talents to helping others, then go to our website and send us an email to sowhat@thethreadstl.com. You can also contact us on our Facebook page, and you just might see it on the thread because we love sharing the good news happening all around our town.
It's hard to believe we're in season 3 of The Thread, considering that in the beginning, Virginia and I knew next to nothing about owning a show or running a nonprofit. Circle of Advisors Securus has been a part of the Thread Circle of Advisors since day one, walking alongside us as we walk out this new journey that God has called us to. And if they can help a couple of hot messes like me and Virginia, they can certainly help you too.
Tim, we've been proud to walk alongside of the Thread, and we'd be honored to walk alongside of you too.
Now, just as one sandbag doesn't make a levee, neither does one person making a community. But when you get them all together, a bunch of them working together, they're a formidable force. Just like the people who came together for Superstars in Cars, an event by Miracles in Progress to make sure ill children knew they were loved beyond their wildest dreams. This is the car you picked out? Ooh-wee. What do you love about this car?
It's pretty.
It's just pretty.
Today, we put together a huge event to help kids battling cancer and serious illnesses here in St. Louis, to help the kids come together, pick out their favorite car of choice, and have the ride of their life and walk onto the red carpet at Family Arena today. We have red carpet, bouncy houses, helicopter rides, a VIP tent for the kids and games to play underneath the tent, cotton candy, all the vendors participating, giving back to the kids, all the families, they don't have to pay for anything today. So I did a big Jeep event not too long ago, and we had one Lamborghini show up. And we've seen every kid kind of like migrate to this Lamborghini, so I was like, okay, I'm missing something. We decided to start reaching out to car people, and before you knew it, we had Need for Speed and Mike Bertucci come my way, and he was a God blessing.
This is actually the first car, exotic car I ever sat in when I was 10. And once I sat in the Countach, I knew I wanted to have an exotic car. The same feeling and the same adrenaline rush that I had when I was 10, I wanted every one of these kids to have. Because I still remember it. And I think every one of these kids will remember the same thing.
Why did you pick that car?
Because I liked really lightweight and it looked super fast.
This was literally a couple messages went out on Facebook to a few of the bigger car clubs, and here you go, that's all it took. No one asked for anything.
My favorite part was driving in the car because it was going really fast.
We just want to, support the kids, and, we thought it was a great event.
Why did you choose that car?
Because I wanted to ride in a Lamborghini before, and I liked the color yellow.
What was it like?
It was fun. It was pretty fast.
Pretty fast, huh?
I do it because that's where my heart is. That's where my passion is. And when I think about them in the hospitals, or I think about like them just sending me texts in the middle of the day, it brightens my day to help someone else.
So, brother, did you have a good time in the car?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was like super fast.
We feel like them kids getting inside one of these cars may just change a driver's life. And I feel like the more that we do that, we're connecting. Getting that connection sitting in a two-seater car with that kid and getting to know them and what they love and where they're going, I feel that's going to be life-changing for these people too.
Cool to be a part of?
Probably one of the highlights of my life. Get marriage, graduating veterinary school, and this. So I'm glad you're a part of it too. I appreciate it.
You got it, man.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you. What a great event. Hey, what was more impressive, the Lamborghinis, Maseratis, or the community coming together? The people. I'm going with the people. Stick around, we got more coming your way too. Hey, Threadheads, you no doubt know Don Brown.
Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet.
And you probably know that Don has a flair for fashion and a knack for cars, but he also has a heart for people.
I learned from my father a long time ago, it's not about one person, it's about the entire community. It is a car business, but it's a people business. It's about the people. It's not about the products, it's about the people.
If you're in the market for a car, come to Don Brown, where it's people over process.
And we're proud to be part of the Thread family, and we'd love to be part of your family.
Imagine, if you will, a dark, stormy night. Through the pouring rain and lightning, you see a stream of water running through your yard that wasn't there before. You fear it will creep higher and higher, eventually invading your home. And you don't have flood insurance. You're about to enter a new dimension. You've crossed over into the flood zone. The truth is, we all live in a flood zone. And overland flooding can destroy your property with just the smallest amount of water, costing you thousands of dollars. Your only protection? Flood insurance. The Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District wants you to know your zone. Be prepared and know the hazards of spring flooding. Go to knowyourzone.org to learn more. Or your next stop could be the flood zone.
What? Our time's almost up together already? You mean I gotta wait till next Saturday? That's way too long. We gotta catch up during the week. I got a great idea. Hey, why don't you follow us on social media? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know, we've got content that doesn't actually fit on our 30-minute show, right? And we're adding new messages all the time, so follow us, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's our way to keep up with you throughout the week, and we can thread up all week long. Follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. See you soon.
We're in Kimmswick, where we've been talking all morning about the rising water here and the levee that's been built to hold back the Mississippi and the community that's been formed to make it happen. But there's one portion of that community we haven't really focused on. That's the workforce that's helped build this levee.
They are from the Bonne Terre Correctional Center's Community College, and their officers are known as the professors when they're here in Kimmswick. We prefer to call them students and professors. We want them to feel more at home, that this is a home, not a extension of their institutionalized situation that they're at. They're all very kind, respectful, wonderful men.
The gentlemen that have been working on this levee have done amazing, and we couldn't do it without them. So why wouldn't we give back to them?
2 or 3 of them come in almost every morning now, and they'll tell me how many days they have left with the celebration. 26 more days, Miss Tammy. And I don't look forward to the flooding, but when I know they're coming to help out, it's kind of a joyous time.
It makes us all one community. It's not outsiders coming in to do this, they're all part of our community.
That's community in action. People investing in people, both ways. And we've seen it happen other places as well. How about on Haiti? But not even on the mainland of Haiti. How about an island 40 miles off the mainland? Well, that's where Community of Hope Haiti comes in.
Community of Hope Haiti is a 501c3 nonprofit organization functioning on the island of La Gonave, Haiti, which is actually an island 31 miles off of mainland Haiti, and which is trafficked basically by old wooden boats.
The main form of transportation are donkeys, you know.
No electricity, no running water. Actually, it has the least amount of fresh water of any populated place in the world. I basically went on a trip with a lot of friends to Grand Vide, Haiti in 2013, and a lot of, I don't even know how to say it, miracles took place.
The Lord had really been preparing my heart months prior to his trip, and so whenever he said that, it was kind of a supernatural experience where my heart was just really kind of in agreement.
We had just moved back to St. Louis from San Francisco area. We just bought our forever home. We actually installed a forever deck shortly thereafter, and then 4 months later, here we find ourselves in the process of saying, we think this is our future. To basically create a sustainable mission whereby people can be connected to long-term hope. We do that by not providing food for people, but teaching them how to provide their own food. Every single thing that we've done literally came from the mainland. From 2014 to 2017, it was a 5-hour trip one way each way. After, I don't even know how many thousands of tons of rock removal and preparation, fencing to minimize goat traffic, we basically were able to begin that community cooperative farm. With all that rock that we removed from the farmland, as you were mentioning, not only are we building a park and a playground and a basketball court to help with children's education and get them involved in extracurriculars, but also we built a dock, a pier, which is 454 feet out into the water so that boats can move in and out. So we really engaged our community, and people were able to do a lot with their own hands to see that they are the resource that can provide sustainable, lifelong, generational hope. We connect people to hope through education. It's the first school after 6th grade. We built the middle school and are growing year by year. We want to watch them graduate. We want to watch their family trees transformed. We want to watch them generationally be able to provide for the next generation and to be equipped and empowered to live life with hope.
What's the greatest God movement you've seen there? Is it internally or is it externally?
I would say it's internally.
Yeah.
I'm a different person. It's really taught me how to really love. I would say that I didn't know really how to love prior to Haiti. It's allowed me to experience the grace of God and to a greater capacity and how much He loves me so that I can love others. A lot of people think that have the misconception that missionaries have it all together and that's why they're being sent. And that's just not our story. You know, we have other things like any other family deals with. We're so much closer. I always say Haiti saved us because it has really caused us to look inside ourselves, you know, and see our heart. The kids' friends are with us at all times. There's always a lot of children. The opportunity that we have to expose them to something different, they're all eyes. We constantly have eyes on our family at all times.
It keeps us going every day to see those kids be able to be the resource, first and foremost, first generation in their family that understands that there is hope for what we have, and then passing that along to their little brothers and sisters and seeing the next generation receive the same. We go by, you just seek first my kingdom, and what I have for you, and everything else is going to be added. That means clothing, that means food, that means water, that means shelter. So the foundation of every single thing that we do is faith in Christ. That's it.
Did you catch that? They don't do life for the people in Haiti, they do life with the people in Haiti. In relationship with them, alongside them, people in relationship with people. Seeing a need and moving to meet it. It's like Miracles in Progress. They found a way to make these kids' day by giving them an amazing ride in a fast car because they can. And you heard Mike, why do it? Because he wants those young people to have the same adrenaline rush that he had when he was 10 years old and sat in his first exotic car. About Haven of Grace. These young women are homeless, pregnant, and in need, and they're not going to turn a blind eye towards them. But they don't just shelter them, they invest in them, forming lasting relationships. Like the one with Tasha. She's a business owner now. She has her own restaurant, her own catering company. She's a college graduate. She's a soon-to-be MBA degree recipient. And what is she doing now? She's catering events for Haven of Grace that she was once served through. And she's also mentoring young people who are treading the same path she once walked. You know, we talk about it all the time on this show. Love the next person who crosses your path. But love doesn't happen in a vacuum. It requires people. We're to love people. And that doesn't mean we always agree on everything. You heard them talk about that in Kimmswick. You know, these business owners and residents, they don't always agree on everything, but when a common threat like a flood comes, they're united against this common threat. You know, an interesting phenomenon happens in the animal world when there's a flood. As the animals flee to higher ground, you'll see enemy standing right next to enemy. Natural foe against natural foe, and they're not laying upon one another. Why? Because they're united against this common threat. They're all powerless against the flood. Man, we could take a lesson from that. Recognize that there's truly no peace for any until there's peace for all. And I'm talking about in the church. One of the most disturbing statistics I learned when I was in seminary was that there's more than 20,000 denominations of the Christian faith worldwide. 20,000. And that's dividing over everything from doctrinal issues to the color of the carpet. But what if we could come to unite over what we have in common? What if we could recognize that we're all fallen, that we have this sin problem that we can't do anything about, but we also have a Heavenly Father who loves us beyond our wildest dreams, who sent His Son to take on the penalty for our junk, to take on the penalty that we deserve so that we might receive the blessing that He deserved, everlasting life with the Father. It would change everything if we took on that mentality. What would that look like? As Paul says in Romans 3:23, we've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. All of us. One of the best advice I ever received was, see yourself as the biggest sinner in the room. And when you can do that, it makes it a lot easier to see yourself on level ground with everybody else. And you're able to forgive as you've been forgiven and able to move to the needs of others in an amazing way. That's Paul. Paul, who once bragged of his immense knowledge of the law, but in his letter to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 2:2, he says, I determined to know nothing while I was with you but Jesus Christ and him crucified. Love God, love people. What if we united? The water's rising, community. What are we going to do? The water's getting high, church. How are we going to handle it? Are we going to cannibalize one another, or are we going to link arms and move against this common threat? Stand firm, knowing that we are loved beyond our wildest dreams. Christ has paid the price, and now we can love others the way he's loved us. Well, that brings us to the end, but not the end. You know what I'm talking about.
Crank it. Just crank it till it fires. Now you know which one the gas is.
Yeah, found that one.
You got the wipers going again. That's good.
I don't know how I did that. Can I have one?
Spot Media Production Group.